Hey guys, so I haven't done a video in like a couple of months now, definitely been MIA, but I'm like, I'm, you know, I'm thinking about coming back because I'm like I can't even think, bro. My main, like, as soon as I clicked record, my brain just, I don't know, it just starts to like fuck up and like, I don't know, it's not working out. But anyway, basically my, my love for like making videos and like talking and vlogging and doing all this stuff like was reignited recently. So I was like, okay, let me come back and let me start, like, let me do this thing for real. So, and I'm like, you know, the greatest way would be talking about something that we're all thinking about right now, which is Love Island season 7. Yeah. I know we're all thinking about it. We're all thinking about it. It's in all of us' mind. Like, we're all watching, all tuning in at like, what is it, 8 or 9? I can't remember, but we're all tuning in for sure. And so let's talk about it because I have a lot of thoughts. And since this is like my first video on like Love Island, season 7, I'm not gonna like go episode to episode to episode to episode. Like, I'm not gonna make a video for every single episode. So I'm just gonna talk about everything as a whole from like episode 1 to, I think we're currently in episode like 24, 25. I can't remember, but let's talk about it because there's a lot. And honestly, like, side note, season 6 was honestly the best. Like, season 6 was like sick. I don't know why I'm saying 6. Season 6 rather was like literally the best. It was like full on, like top tier, and I never ever expected any season to like top it or even like come close to it until season 7 that we're currently on. And it's not as if season 7 is as good as season 6, but it definitely comes close. Like, season 6 is like 100%, season 7 is like, it's like 80%. It comes close, 75%, 80%. And it's not because of like the bonds or the connections. It's mainly because of the drama and because of how mentally ill it seems majority of the cast members for this season are. So yeah, it's not because of like, because last season there was like, there was sisterhood, there was friendship, like, like people were like close. But this season is like, they're all fake. They're all trying to play a game. And it's so crazy because like you have like all these fans that are like, oh no, Ace is trying to play a game, Taylor's trying to play a game, Alandra's trying to play a game, Huda's playing a game. They're all trying to play a game, okay? They're all trying to play a game. And respectfully, I honestly don't think any sane person goes on Love Island to find love, because if you're actually signing up for Love Island to find love, you're dumb. You're stupid. If you really want to find love, maybe check out Love is Blind. But Love Island for love, I don't know. I don't know about that. That's a little, it's not okay. So, like, Love Island is just, I feel like it's just for hot people, meet each other. I mean, don't get me wrong, season 6, like, the PPG are still together and stuff, and I'm still rooting for them. Like, I hope they all get married and have kids if they want to or not, whatever. But, like, to go on Love Island to find love, I feel like you're being mad delusional. Just being honest, don't attack me. But anywho, let's get into this, right? And I have my notes for, I'm not gonna talk about like every episode, like, back to back. Like, I'm just gonna like talk about like random stuff, okay? So first of all, Huda and Jeremiah. I'm not really gonna talk about them much because that's already over. Sadly, Jeremiah has been this is giving Squid Games. Like, when 456 spoiler alert, but this is literally giving Squid Games, like when 456 got eliminated, and like I literally fell to my knees and started crying. I was crying. I was bawling my eyes out. I was sniffling. I was like, I felt like my life ended in that very moment. So I feel like when Jeremiah left the villa, that's how I felt. I was like, I was shocked. I was sad. And I was like, it's also super unfair because I'm like, if Huda gets a second chance, and she was literally the like verbally abusive one. If she gets a second chance, it's crazy to me that Jeremiah didn't get a second chance. Like, it's crazy. But honestly, I think like it's a good idea that like, he left or not even got kicked off, because honestly, the whole thing going on right now in the villa is just, it's too much. It's too much. It makes for great TV, but it is too much. Like, It's a lot. It's a lot going on. It makes for great TV, but we're worried about, or I specifically, I'm worried about a lot of their mental health. I'm like, what is going on? And honestly, a lot of these people seemed already mentally ill before the villa. So why they chose to sign up for a show where they're going to be broadcasted on TV is insane to me. Because one thing about me is I feel like my personality is very like TV worthy, and I'm not trying to like tuck myself up or anything like that. You know, if I wanted to, I could, but like I just feel like my personality could, like, you know, it's I feel like my personality is TV worthy. But am I ever gonna sign up for a show where I'm gonna be broadcasted 24 hours in a day live? No. Why? Because I know the only reason why my personality is TV worthy is because I'm mentally ill. Okay? You see, Huda, I could potentially be 10 times worse. So that's why I would never go out of my way to like go sign up for a TV show, because I know that, like, yeah, would I make for great TV? Absolutely. But I crash out like every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, I crash out. So I don't think I have any business going on national TV unless I want to be on TLC, one of those like shows that, you know, we all grew up watching. Other than that, what am I doing there? So I feel like a lot of these people, I'm like, maybe a little bit of like therapy before we signed up for, you know, a live TV show. But here we are, you know. I mean, they're entertaining. Don't get me wrong. I love the drama. It's entertaining. But let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be honest with ourselves. Y'all are not okay. Mentally, something's wrong. Especially with Huda. Especially with Huda. Miss Huda, especially you. And like, I'm a girl's girl. Don't get me wrong. I support my girls. Like, girls can't do anything wrong in my eyes. I know. But I don't care. I'm a girl's girl through and through. With that being said, though, Huda. With that being said, there was no defending you. I wanted so bad to defend it. I mean, don't get me wrong, my girl's body is T. Face card is literally a 10. Like, face card never declines. Okay, she eats every single day. The outfits are eating. Don't get me wrong. If I was Jeremiah, I would overlook the flaws too. I would overlook the red flags too. Because what? With that being said, though, Huda, there's no defending you. With like what was happening for like the first, what was like 10, 11, 12 episodes of like just full on crash outs. Okay, I get it. You know, sometimes we're crazy. Sometimes, you know, whatever. Anyway, that was the whole situation. And like, I'm glad that, like, you know, Jeremiah is no longer in that situation. I do find it a little crazy. Not a little. I do find it a lot crazy that, you know, Huda is still in the villa, you know, still getting a second chance, and Jeremiah is not. But you know what? I'm glad that, like, it seems that social media has embraced him, and, you know, like, kind of like what social media did for Jalen. I feel like everybody's doing the same thing for Jeremiah. So that's good. You know, even if he's not in the villa, you know, finding love, at least he's outside of the villa, you know, getting love from like fans and like social media. So that's good. You know, I'm happy for him. And, you know, I hope that he ends up finding someone in the real world that, you know, matches his vibe. And I feel like Jeremiah needs a baddie, but that's also a nerd. I feel like Jeremiah needs him, but in a girl version. Like, you know, like how, like a baddie, like who grew up like maybe like being super nerdy, being like into books, art, like Star Wars, that kind of thing. And then like, but she had a whole glow up and like, you know, boom, like, you know, Mamacita, right? I did not say that correctly, but anywho, I feel like that's what he needs. He needs the same vibe. He needs someone has like Andrina. Andrina would have been perfect for him, but the short, I'm not gonna go in on those men, but I could. Okay, because those three mean girls, what they did was insane. Okay. Oh, like I feel like he's closed up. Why are you closed up so fast? That's kind of the point of the game. Is to be closed up. The fact that we're in episode 24, 25, and y'all are not closed up, that's not a Jeremiah problem. That's a you problem. That's a mental illness type of problem, okay? Because you should have been closed off. You should have, like, what? Like, we are literally about to be done with the show, and you aren't closed up. Oh, but God forbid someone wants to bring a tea to Sierra. Nick is taking it away. Now tell her about yourself, Nick. Bro said, you're the girl. Like, don't be dumb. Don't be stupid, okay? Like, the animosity is crazy. Super crazy. And also, I feel like one thing about, like, girls, I have to say, I feel like we definitely peep things like on the low, like when it comes to like jealousy, animosity, like envy, we peep that kind of thing, like, and like we are very good at like noticing stuff and like you know, friendship dynamics. And we all saw that. Well, and the part where I was like, oh, this is for real, is when the men also were like, yeah, we all saw that. I was like, okay, because men don't notice anything, so for them to notice that, yeah, trouble. But I can't wait for movie night. I cannot wait for movie night because a lot of them they are fake. So I can't wait for movie night because it's so crazy to me that like you have people fighting for like, no, this person's a thing. Don't get me wrong now. Olandra is my queen, although she pissed me off like the last few episodes because of Miss Taylor over there, and she's like Taylor does not want you. Taylor does not want you. Taylor never wanted you. Honestly speaking. The only time he ever put effort was when that short king said, man, she's about to get stolen. Put in some effort. Taylor never wanted you. Straight up. Okay, I hate to be blunt, but I feel like there are some moments where you are gonna need a slap in the face because, and don't get me wrong, Taylor definitely is also dumb because he definitely did lead her on. Don't get me wrong, he definitely did lead her on. It's not as if like, oh, she woke up one day and she's like, Taylor loves me. Like, no, she definitely led her on. With that being said though, one thing that I know about men, and one thing that a lot of us know about men, is that if a man wants you, he's gonna let you know he wants you. There's no like that whole thing of I'm not sure. If you're not sure, he doesn't want you. If you're not sure, he doesn't want you. Like, straight up. That's literally like, I don't know what other way to break that like down. But if that man is making you do backflips, flip-flops, jump ropes, Squid Games, and you're still not sure, he does not want you. He does not. That man does not want you. But yeah, I mean, he definitely led her on. You know, don't get me wrong. He definitely led her on. So it's not like she was just pissing me off because I was just like, girl, it's just like, I don't understand why you seen this string bean. I generally, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, I kind of understood it when I was seeing his videos, like doing that, like the alpha dances. I was like, okay, I'm starting to like, you know, see what she sees because what the camera was capturing. I know, bro. You know that long rectangular, like, balloon thingy they have in like car, like in front of like car shops, that's what Taylor gives. So I was like, what do you see in this man? What do you see? And I saw those videos and I was like, okay, maybe I do see what you see. 5 seconds later I said, I don't see what you see. In fact, I'm mad. Get that man out of my villa. But anyway, more pressing issues, you know, more recent matters. Shelly and Huda, I'm seeing a lot of people, like, you know, like it seems like a lot of people are agreeing. Like, it's not as if one side has more like followers than the other, because I'm seeing a lot of like back and forth. I'm gonna have to go with Shelly's side on this because, don't get me wrong, I don't believe in you freezing people in time. Like, I feel like, you know, we've all made mistakes. I've made mistakes myself. Okay, I don't believe in freezing people in time. Just because someone made a mistake doesn't mean that you should just like, oh, like you can't be forgiven. I don't believe in that because we all make mistakes. You know, we all deserve to be forgiven, except if it's like something really, really like really bad, right? So with that being said, so I feel that like, okay, I get where everyone's coming from. Like, it's just a challenge, and I get that like when Huda was crashing out over like Amaya and Iris, everybody was like, it's just a challenge, calm down. But I feel as though if everyone is like, Huda she has a pattern. And again, I know it's not like you shouldn't freeze people in time, but Huda, there is a pattern of you actively seeing a man that is currently with another woman and then positioning yourself right in the middle. There's literally a pattern. If there wasn't a pattern, then maybe I'll say, okay, you know, Shelly, it's just a challenge. Like, you know, this is there's a pattern. She's done this before. And it's not been like, oh, it was a week since the last. No, she's done this before, and it was like 2 days ago. This is a reoccurring event. It's nothing new. It's a pattern. We're all seeing the sequence, okay? So I have to take Shelly's side on this. Yes, did she go back for seconds with what's his name, Chris? Yeah, sure. But babes, if everybody like because the way that all the other islanders were like jaws on the floor, like actively being like, Huda, calm down. I feel like that says a lot. That says a lot because, you know, we don't get to see everything, but if the other islanders are like actively being like, that says a lot. Also, Pepe saying something, that's all I want. Because that man never speaks. That man never speaks. That man is just there. He's there, you know, like, you know, one of those paintings you have in your house. It's just there. You never really look at them or admire them. Don't get me wrong. Pepe is a fine man. That's a fine man. Don't get me wrong. That's a fine man. Gorgeous. With that being said, he never really speaks. So for Pepe to be like, to say something, yeah. And also, I'm seeing a lot of like discourse online about like there being like some like the producers cutting the clip. So it's not looking good for you, Huda. And in this case, I'm taking Shelly's side because like it's just too much. It's too much. There's always something with Huda. When you think it's over, it's never over. It's never over. When you think it's gonna be over, it's never over. Something always comes up. Something always comes up. Something always comes up. Okay? And we're tired. I'm tired. You're tired. We're all tired. So I feel as though, yeah, Huda, this one, I would. And also, another thing about Huda is I never see her. I'm like, actually, maybe I need to go rewatch the episodes, but I've never seen Huda actively apologize. Like, I've never seen her actively say, I'm sorry. And that's a big, big red flag for me. Because, yes, I understand. It's hard to say I'm sorry. It's hard to, like, you know, cop to something when you, like, it's hard to take responsibility. But it's been, what, 24, 25 episodes? And you have not said I'm sorry? Even though you are the main problem in the villa. Even though you were the main problem in the villa for, what, like 10 episodes? You have not said I'm sorry. And that's a big red flag for me. I don't like that. I don't like that. And before all those be confident, self-esteem type of gurus come into my comment section talking about something, shut up. Just shut up. Okay, because I actively don't care. I don't care. I want to care, but I don't care. Actually, I don't even want to care. Okay? Because you're wrong. We all know you're wrong. You're wrong. There's no ifs, buts. You're wrong. Okay? Not being able to say I'm sorry after how many episodes of you causing havoc and ruining people's experiences. And no, don't get me, it's not from freezing her in time. I'm just saying the fact that she hasn't said sorry this whole time is, I don't know, it's just that's all I have to say. Something, red flags, okay? And every single time I think, maybe Huda one more chance, she continues to paint that flag red. Every single time I look at that flag, it's getting redder and redder and redder. I want to defend, but you're giving me absolutely nothing to defend. So that's on that. I'm on Shelly's side with this because I'm like, unless maybe tonight's episode shows something different. Again, I'm ready for movie night. I'm ready for movie night because y'all piss me off. With that being said, now Nick and Olandria. That we all know that Nick wants Olandria. Now, let me tell you my thoughts on that. I've kind of been on, off that bus because I was on at first. Don't get me wrong. When I first started seeing the edits, I was like, ooh, okay. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I am loving what I'm seeing. And then he wasn't upfront about it, and I got off that bus because one thing about me, again, like I said earlier, when men want something, they're gonna let you know. There's not gonna be any ifs, ands, and buts, and there's not gonna be any like, I don't know, you're not gonna be unsure. When a man wants something, it's literally built into men, okay? And I'm not saying that like, oh, like all the time men have to be mature and something. No, I'm just saying if a man really wants you, he's gonna tell you, he's gonna show you that he wants you. And has he been showing that he wants her? Kind of. But I kind of got off that bus because I was just like, you know, like, I don't like that whole, I don't like it when it feels like, kind of like what happened with Taylor and Olandria. I don't like it when it feels like people are forcing someone to, I don't like it. I don't like, because I feel like love should be organic. It should be something that just happens. I just don't like when it feels like things are being forced. So I was like on and off that bus, but now I'm back on, but I don't know what to do because it's a tough situation. It's a tough situation that they are both in because of Sierra. And it's not, I'm not saying like, oh, that's sad, that's because of Sierra, but Sierra is Olandra's friend. And I know she really cares about. It's a tough situation. It's a tough situation. And honestly, I kind of blame Elandra a little bit though. Also, not just Nick, because I feel as though if earlier on she just let go of the idea of Cowboy Taylor, we wouldn't be in this situation. Again, don't get me wrong. Taylor, he did his big one being problematic. Okay, his big one being very problematic. Okay, I want him out of my villa immediately. I don't even understand why I keep seeing him and that half big wig. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. Okay, but they're still in my villa somehow, some way. They should thank God, because we are all shocked as to why they're still there. But yeah, I don't know. Nick and Elandra, we're just gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see, because I don't know. Only God can help them at this point, because I'm like, I don't know what more that can happen, because when the opportunity like showed itself, nothing was done about it, and so now we're here in this position, and who else are we gonna blame? Yeah, so that one, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for movie night, because I'm hoping movie night shakes a few things up, and like hopefully we'll see what happens. Because it seems like a lot has been happening, but at the same time a lot hasn't been happening. It's a little odd. It's a little weird. I don't like it, but I like it at the same time. It's entertaining. I love the drama. Okay, I'm Nigerian. I have to love drama. If there's no drama in my life, I feel incomplete. But at the same time, sometimes you get tired. It gets a lot. It gets to be a lot. And then in my notes, I have none of them have real connections, or like none, and also none of them are closed off. Maybe tonight that's gonna change, but I don't really see that happening. I don't. Yeah, so I don't know. This season is very interesting. It's very interesting. I feel like this season is such a great look at Gen Z in a way like Gen Z love sometimes, because it's like, I feel like it's a great social experiment. But yeah, the fact that none of them are closed up yet is a lot, especially considering how many people have done it already. Not that doing it means, not that makes it, we did it, so now we have to be in a relationship. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying priorities. Let's get them in check. But yeah, like I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Because the fact that there's no connections, no one has been closed off. I don't know what to say. Because I'm like y'all have had enough time. Especially with the I'm gonna explore. What are we exploring? What are we actually exploring? What are we exploring? That's a real question I have, is what are we exploring? That's a real question, because I don't understand. I truly, deeply do not understand what we're exploring. I don't. Okay? That villa is full of a lot of people who clearly grew up watching Dora. And I'm tired. Because every single time she said, "Where is the house?" It's right behind you. It's right. Like, what are we exploring? I don't understand. Like, yes, maybe the first 10 episodes, you do your little moving around. I know there's always like bombshells coming, although the bombshells haven't been really... But with that being said, right? I don't know. It's crazy that none of them just have it's just crazy that after how many episodes, after how many days in a small island where you have no contact with the outside world, you somehow still are not closed off. That makes no sense to me. You have 24 hours to get to know each other. What more do you need? I don't understand. I don't get it. So that one. Anyway, I have in my notes. I love it. Can't wait for movie night. I can't wait. I'm actually looking forward to it, because hopefully it shakes some things up. Because I thought Casa would shake some things up. It didn't. And then the producers had to intervene, but clearly it's still not shaking things up enough for them to be like, let's actually get closed off. So hopefully movie night does what it needs to do. Because I feel like they need to see. Because sometimes hearing it from I feel like they need to see. They need to fully see what has been going on behind each other's backs to fully come to their senses. That's what needs to happen. So I'm actively waiting for movie night. I can't wait, because I'm like, hopefully we see something. Hopefully they see something that they're like, oh, it's clicking now. Because clearly it's not clicking. It's not clicking. It hasn't clicked for the past 24 episodes. I have no faith, so I need something to click. All right. Then I have Austin needs to leave my villa. Yes, he needs to leave my villa. He does, because Austin. I kind of liked him when he was with Shelly. Like, I kind of liked him when he was with Shelly at the start, because I was like, Ace was pissing me off. Ace still is pissing me off, but at least I was like, okay, Austin, this might be something. Then bro got with Amaya Papaya, and I was like, oh, I like Amaya. This might be something. I'm gonna need Austin out. Because also another thing that really pissed me about Austin, two things. One, bro never really did anything except for complain about Ace. Because why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? Do something to prove that you are the better option instead of sitting there and complaining. And then making eye contact with Ace while you're over here snuggled up and cuddling with Shelly. And then another thing that pissed me off is when he went and told the boys that, Amaya is just too much for me. She's just too much for you. And she's just, okay, that's fine if you had told her. Because and it would be different if, she was just coming on, she was just, coming too hard on him. And she didn't even ask him, hey, is it too much? Is there something about me that you don't like? She actively gave him a way out. She asked. She said, what? And bro was mute. And I don't like that. Because one thing I don't like is, if you have an issue with me, come say it to my face. Come, let's have a conversation. And not get me wrong, I know it's hard because I'm someone who, I grew up hating conflict, and I grew up not wanting to have any conflict with anybody. But I realized that to have long-lasting relationships and friendships, you're gonna need conflict, and it's not a bad thing, because it's not really an argument, but just it's a disagreement. That's what I call things. It's a disagreement, and there's nothing wrong or bad about having a disagreement, because disagreements are necessary, because that's hard, because you're not gonna 100%. Even twins don't have every single thing in common, okay? So you're not gonna 100% like the same things. Sometimes it's okay to disagree, and that's completely fine. So I get it that sometimes it might be hard, you don't really want to have conflict with someone, but it's not even really conflict. If she gave you a way out and she asked you full on what's your problem, and you said, oh, nothing, I like you, you're okay, there's nothing, okay, then why are you complaining? Because you have an issue with me. Instead of you come tell me, even when I gave you the floor to speak, you decided to go mute and then went behind the curtain and started yapping. I don't like that. I don't like it. Get him out of my villa. So yeah, I'm gonna need Lewis and Clark out. I'm gonna need Austin out. And by the way, don't get me wrong, I think Clark is a beautiful girl. She's gorgeous, okay? The wig is a little too much. And I whatever, okay? I'm not the best at makeup. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. I grew up watching all my makeup girlies, if you know, you know, from 2016, 2017, but I clearly didn't learn anything, okay? I'm such a I'll save the video and watch it later. I never really watch it later. I just try and do it from memory. It just doesn't work out. But you know what? This isn't about me, okay? She's a beautiful girl. I like her. I just don't like the fact that I feel like she was taking digs at Alandria, and I don't like it because, again, I'm a girl's girl, and so I don't like that she was like when Taylor picked her, her laugh wasn't giving oh, I'm happy to be picked. It was giving ha ha ha, you didn't get picked, I did. I just don't like that. I don't like that vibe. And I was saying that her and Alandria are friends, so I'm not expecting her to be Alandria, I'm sorry. I'm not expecting you to ever put yourself down for someone else, but to actively laugh, it just rubbed me up the wrong way. I didn't like her vibe. I just didn't like that she was mocking Alandria. I just didn't like that vibe. I don't like that vibe, Not everyone has to be friends. Not everyone has to get along, and that's fine. But one thing I don't stand for is disrespect for absolutely no reason, okay? Because you don't have to be friends, but for you to sit there and be disrespectful for no reason, especially since you got picked by the boy, is actually insane to me. It's actually crazy to me. Also, I'm gonna be the one to say, what's her name again? Taylor and Clark's conversations are boring. Boring. I get boring, okay? Maybe they're not showing us the fun parts and stuff. Boring. Get it off my screen. That's how I feel, okay? And I don't feel bad for Taylor, because honestly, I think Taylor deserves it, especially when he actively laughed in Alandria's face and was maybe no one likes you. Excuse me? If that was me, I would. If that was me, okay. Okay. Anywho, with that being said, yeah. I like Alandra. You know, she's my favorite. I like her, right? But everyone this season, to be honest, is just I'm just tired. I'm tired, and I'm ready for movie night because hopefully, like I said, hopefully it shakes some sense into their brains. If it doesn't, honestly, I lost hope multiple episodes ago, but I'm still watching because I love the drama. That's it. That's literally it. So, anywho, that's really it for the video. You know, I need to watch tonight's episode and see what the vibes are like, if there's anything new, you know. But yeah, that's really it for the video. I'm honestly just tired of everyone. I'm tired. I'm drained. Like, I'm not even in the villa, and it's only an hour that we get to see, and I'm already tired. Already there. Like, I'm already tired. I'm done. I'm done already. But it's entertaining, you know. It's like, oh, you know, sometimes I like to see people make stupid decisions, and I just like seeing people be problematic because I'm like, in real life, this wouldn't fly, but yeah, we are. I'm tired, yo. I'm tired. Anyway, if you like this video, like and subscribe. I will really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna try and make more videos, you know, like I was off this for a while, but like I'm not thinking about coming back. I am back. Okay. I'm back. Did you miss me? Anyway, yeah, so that's the video for today. I'm gonna try and do this more regularly, like at least like 2 videos a week, but no promises because I have ADHD, I'm introverted, and human existence stresses me out. So my emotions fluctuate, and depending on how I feel, I may make a video, I may not make a video, I may be around, I may go MIA, I don't know. I go where the wind takes me. I go where the wind takes me. That's just how it is, okay? But yeah, that's the vibes for today. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video.